It's my new Vinyl Finds video, and just want to talk and say hello. What you're listening to is an album that is not really talked about much at all. It's kind of a secret, in my opinion. It's on Fumiko Records. I showed it once recently at the label. This guy's, it's the only record I have, but it's great. Pulled off the shelf. I had it for last year, maybe. Robert Wegman, Dangerous Curves. It's really, really good. Very, very talented man. He does a special thanks to Bill Nelson for inspiration from Bebop Deluxe, I think it's called. New piece of furniture. You know, you guys were going crazy on the Facebook page because I had all this stuff stacked up on top of it. And I took care of it, so. I'll show you some of the stuff I found. First, I'm sure these two cassettes are really cool. This is Green Day, Insomniac on cassette. I thought it was really cool to have. Sort of the last Green Day I really listened to too much. Blue. So I got that bad boy. And then this is really cool. I never see this vinyl anywhere really. You can get it online probably easily, but I don't see it online in many places. This is Jennifer Hall, Fortune and Men's Eyes. It's a really, really great pop album. She's an actress as well, and she only put out this one record, and there's some really cool songs on here, and I have it on vinyl, and I thought it was a great find for me, so it's cool to find this on cassette. Check out the song by Jennifer Hall called Ice Cream Days. Really great stuff. It's really good stuff. So is Dance With Me. So yeah, February. Luke! Check this out. Alright, let's see. So we have 8 records, not too much, you know, but a nice batch. This is, mention this to my man Dave. This is for someone 481 Dave. Who else, right? This is, How Great Thou Art, as sung by Elvis on RCA Victor. I was excited. I think I only had one Elvis in the past, but I didn't hold on to it. And, you know, just me being, you know, the Christian that I am, I was excited to hear his gospel album. I know he had a first one before this, and then this one is actually also really, really well received, including Elvis' single hit, Crying in the Chapel. Oh yeah, and then the first album is called His Hand in Mine. This is How Great Thou Art. In great shape. I got it at a Goodwill nearby. And yeah, the first side has more of the more relaxing, really soulful, slower gospel. And the second side has more of the uppity little type of Elvis. So, gets a lot of rep because people get both sides, you know? This is Simon and Garfunkel, Parsley, Sage, Rosemary, and Thyme. And when I found this Elvis at the Goodwill I was near my house, I found this as well, and I found, what did I find? Sound of Silence album. I traded in the Sound of Silence album. I went to get some trading in the other day, get some cash to spend some money on new records, and I just know that record stores usually eat up Simon and Garfunkel because they can get it from other places. I mean, because they can sell it to other places and other people who want it. But I looked it up and I read reviews, and this sounds like this is really the Masterpiece album. I think the Sounds of Silence's album has more rock bass. This is more. This seemed to me when I was driving, listening to this in full. I haven't listened to much at all. But when I was dropping the needle, it seems like it's the more relaxing, soothing, psychedelic folk. And I decided I'm going to keep the Simon & Garfunkel. I'm going to keep this one. So I plan on listening to this. I'm excited too. Simon & Garfunkel, a lot of people get really excited. They're not always my cup of tea. I actually, you know, I think Paul Simon gets a lot of rep. I actually really enjoy the Garfunkel albums I have. Really do. So I have 2 Garfunkel albums solo. I know people joke about them a lot, but I do. So this is cool. I'm glad to have this. I was repping this on the Facebook page today. This is such a great, great find. This is a band called Wire Train, and the album is their first debut album called In a Chamber. This is the promotional copy. It's on 415 Records, and 415 Records was bought out by Columbia. 415 Records was a really big independent label. This is from '84, and then they basically liked this other band's one album so much that was promising that they bought out the entire roster, 415. So it's on Columbia and 415, and just really cool stuff. When I heard it and dropped the needle in the record store just to test out some tracks right away, I was like, oh, this is so sick. This is very like Cure-ish feeling, you know. The guitar riffs are very Cure-ish feeling. The pedals, the reverb, very Cure-ish. But they really have their own great sound, and both sides are very strong. Really is. You can check out the title track called Chamber of Hellos on YouTube. It's really good stuff. Some guy really described them well, how they sort of mixed like the psychedelic sound of this like a band that was like obsessed with the psychedelic sound of the 60s and the 70s folk sound, and then mix it up with the new wave sound. So really cool stuff. Highly recommend checking out Wire Train. I heard their second album's really great too, and then they started to fall off a bit. This name kind of rings a bell. I don't think the name rang a bell, but I know the album cover did. This is Tony Child's Union, and then this is her debut album as well. It's on A&M Records from, what year was this again? 1988. And yeah, I spun it and dropped the needle on a little bit, and I was just really impressed by it. The one things I'm showing now are things I was able to drop the needle on because it's a record store. Lunchbox Records has a record player. Yeah, it's really, you know, there's an 80s type of sound to it and certain stuff. Don't Walk Away is a little bit more upbeat. But you know the song Dreamer on here? This song is just really sick. It's very relaxing. It's soothing. It sounds like a record that would be really good for a nighttime. I'm always enjoying, I'm always intrigued, and always want to have more of that type of album I can play when I'm, you know, resting in bed with the lights off. Don't get any ideas. So Tony Childs, Union, Dreamer's a beautiful song. This one I was really surprised. I'll tell you one thing. I'm sure Derek, I'm sure he's not going to watch this video. He probably doesn't have time to watch all of my videos. But in general, if people who know their Saddle Creek, and people have been talking a lot about the Icky Blossoms. Before the Icky Blossoms, there was another band who was the band doing the electro stuff on Saddle Creek in Omaha, and it was The Faint. And The Faint, I found this in the dollar bin. It was $2 for this record. It's The Faint's Danse Macabre. I was shocked to find this in the $2 bin. I mean, they just repressed the album, a deluxe edition of it. I really enjoyed this album in high school. You know, it didn't completely stay with me through the years, and there were some songs I was like, eh, but this is, in my opinion, was the much stronger album rather than their albums before it. I feel like some of the songs in the album before this, but this is Saddle Creek Records. Whose year is this again? I'm not sure. But you got the lyric sheet in here. It's just, I was really surprised. I mean, you know, you don't usually think you find the Faint record. I'm gonna need this in there. You know, for $2 in a bin, you'd find this. I think I'd find this for, you know, somewhere between a $5 and $10 number if it was in really good shape and someone wanted to resell it. But hey, it's $10 on Discog. I got it for $2, and it's a great record. The song "The Conductor" I love. I love the Retro Career. Your retro career melted. The Conductor, Violent. Those are my 3 favorite songs on here. Isn't this good? I got talent. This is I found this in the dollar bin, and the name is Patrick Phelan, and the album's called Cost. And I figured, you know what? It's $1. It's a really nice, hefty 180 gram Phelan vinyl. It's on Jaguar, which is the record label that puts out this man, of course, Bon Iver. So this is from '05, this Phelan album. And I thought, an '05 album, I don't know anything else about Jaguar Records except for Bon Iver. I'm not really up to date with that label. So I decided to go ahead and go for it. And I listened to the full thing in last night. I think it's an album that would grow on me. It definitely has a nice, cool vibe to it. The guy definitely does his own things on here. It's on a... no, it's an old black record. I'm sorry. There's another one that's something different. But yeah, so this is cool. I didn't look at much onto it. I didn't look into anything online before I bought these records, and I looked onto this. Pitchfork gave it a 7.5. you know, I enjoy checking out Pitchfork reviews, and I think you got good reviews on Amazon too. Amazon's another one of my favorites to look at the user reviews. But yeah, Dollar, Jaguar Records, 2005 release. Definitely interesting stuff, so not bad for a buck at all to get a new modern day record. You know, you just don't come across more modern records for $1 these days. I was excited about this. I took a chance on this. This was $8 I paid for this. I dropped the needle. I found it really interesting. This is Zola Jesus. I don't know how to pronounce it. I could be saying it wrong. Zola Jesus or Zola Jesus. I think it's Zola Jesus, and it's Conatus or Conatus. It's C-O-N-A-T-U-S. And it's on Sacred Bone Records. Alright? It's recorded, an LP recorded in 2011. Now here's why I got this. I've been wanting to get into that group, The Men. I know a lot of people really enjoy them. I especially think Andy, if I remember correctly, One Big Holiday 42. I could be wrong, but I just feel like that's something that you enjoy. This record label has The Men and other people, and people talk really highly of this label. People say that Sacred Bones is one of the, you know, best record labels like mine in the last 10-15 years. And so I wanted to try something from it, and this sounded really cool when I dropped it, like really, really cool. She's a female singer-songwriter, and I was really, really intrigued by it. It's a lot of electro, with some really cool stuff going on, very, very ethereal, and yeah, so I was really excited, so I'm really looking forward to spending time on this record. It's on a clear vinyl. Remember the year. Oh, it's 2011. I already told you that. Sorry. And yeah, this did really good with the reviews I read, and I was very interested. She has 3 albums, and this is her third and most recent one. So there you go. Last but not least, I just showed this tonight in the Facebook group. I'm so excited about this. You know, after I became a very big fan and started following Disco Biscuits, I was very, very intrigued with getting more into jam bands. And the Disco Biscuits were the first one for me, and I like that electronic bass and the jam bands with Biscuits. After Biscuits, when I started getting into Fish and Dead. And you know, Dead and Fish both have a huge catalog, but over time you started to learn more and build up on it, and I enjoyed them both. Just saw Fish for the first time this past summer, and it was great to finally see them live. After, you know, I've never seen them before, but knowing all their know a bunch of their live shows. So I finally got my first Dead record. All I know, and I really do like a lot of the shows I have, is live Dead, because I was focusing on the live stuff. But this, I want to get some more studio records. I know that Grateful Dead has a great, being known for that jam band that puts out grade A studio releases. This is Grateful Dead, Wake of the Flood. As Zach just mentioned, he thinks it's underrated, as well as Blues for Allah. On the Facebook page, Zach had mentioned that, and you know, I just got it because I was thinking, I was like, man, this has a lot of killer songs. It's got Stella Blue, it's got Mississippi Half Step, it's got Eyes of the World, it's got Road Jimmy, and it's got Weather Report Sweet, which is my favorite. So, I mean, you just can't go wrong with this. I'm surprised, I mean, this doesn't... I mean, I'm guessing this record has to get more rep, but I need to get more Grateful Dead records. I want to really collect them. But the sounds of this one, which I listened to earlier tonight, I should get them all, honestly. This is on Grateful Dead Records, their own label they had from 1973. It's such a cool label, too, you know? So this was a great time listening to this record, I'm telling you, man. If you don't have this one, pick this one up. Wake of the Flood from the Dead. I'm going to go on that note. One last thing. To Timothy Smith, T-Mex, my man. It was so funny. A couple days ago, Timothy had decided to make a Christian music group. And people can post the same way they do in Facebook groups and the other group he made with the Thrifty Stores group. Just about, you know, showing albums and discussing faith and showing what you're listening to and Christian records you have. It's so weird, Timothy. The same exact day that you did that, I have planned to go ahead and start doing videos that I'm gonna play tracks of Christian songs from, you know, lesser known, really rare-ish type of Christian records, and I'm gonna post videos of them. So keep your eye out.